We've tried the chicken factory.
I'm still having nightmares about those giblets.
We've tried beautician.
Turns out hot wax is not my friend.
I'm running out of options for you here, Louisa.
Please, I'll take anything.
And this is new care and companionship for a disabled man.
Do you have any experience of caregiving?
I've never done it, but I'm sure I could learn.
Then let's go meet Will. Will, this is Emilia Clarke. Nathan will talk you through Will's routines and equipment.
You don't have to talk across me, Mother. My brain isn't paralysed. Yet.
Hi, Emilia.
Hi.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
So I loved Me Before You, and I cried like a baby. What film gets you blubbing the most?
Well, it's really silly because I've been asked that question quite a few times, and the only one that keeps coming to my mind, I'm sure there are better ones, the only one that keeps coming to my mind is Stepmom.
Oh, that's a
It's
great
like a game
one.
over cry.
Yeah.
Like when she's on the horse and she's saying this is, I just love my mum, so it's just really, I get really, yeah, it's really sad. Makes me very sad.
That's a good choice. I feel like watching that now.
Thank you.
So your character sports some wacky fashion choices.
Yes.
And for someone who's so broke, she managed to afford a lot of irregular choice shoes.
Yes, well, no, I know. Anyway, yes, carry on.
What was the most impractical outfit on set, or maybe did you have a favourite look?
So my favourite look was in the library. I wear these wicked dungarees and this like Mexican jacket. And then the most impractical one was there was just one day I just had really slippy shoes. We were filming outside and there were cobbles, and it just wasn't. That was a bit dangerous. But yeah, but just with the costumes, I know we talked about this a lot with it being kind of how could she afford all of these clothes? But genuinely, Jill Taylor, the person who designed the whole look, was would go into secondhand shops and go into high street bargain bins and find like everything. It was really good actually. I was like, who knew you could get all of this?
Well,
she gave herself a budget. Do you know what I mean?
Well, even girls who love clothes, they still find the money to buy them, don't they?
Exactly.
Really? So I loved how funny the film was, which is maybe what I wasn't personally expecting. And you and Patrick were hilarious together.
Thank you.
Were you once a Harry Potter fan, and perhaps were you starstruck when you met Neville Longbottom in the flesh?
Well, it was, yeah, definitely was a Harry Potter fan. And it was just one of those funny things, because when you meet Matt Lewis, you're like, that ain't Neville Longbottom.
I know, he
That's
looks
not
far
him.
cry.
Especially in Lycra. That's a very different, like,
Yeah.
viewpoint than I had when I watched the movie. So, yeah. But he was gorgeous.
And hilarious.
It was so
funny.
yeah.
And so you and Sam Claflin must have spent hours with each other on set, like hours and hours. And I love that you played pranks on each other, which I've read a lot about.
Yeah.
Did one of you take it just too far?
Well, he thought I did with the fish in his socks.
Oh, I mean, that is quite far.
It is quite far. No, I know. He was pushing me. It was that I had a time restraint. And so, yeah, he kind of, well, his then getting back at me was pretending to be really upset.
Oh,
And
that
being
works
really,
sometimes.
so I like, no, I know, and I was like, no, I can't handle people being upset with me. So I was like, no, oh my goodness. So the next day I bought him 3 pairs of new, really fancy socks.
That's very sweet of you.
Yes,
And
to be forgiven.
Your cry face is so on point. I have the ugliest cry face ever, and you are just beautiful. Did you practice in front of the mirror?
No, this is the exact opposite. I watched it for the first time and I was like, why didn't I practice crying in front of the mirror? Like, don't let the ugly cry out on camera.
It didn't come out. Beautiful. So I love that you have a scene with Joanna Lumley, where you're like, oh my God, it's Patsy Stone from
Yes.
Our Fab.
Yes.
She's
hugely.
amazing.
Yeah, I was probably shaking throughout the whole scene. And every time I met her, I was like, hi.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
Are you excited about the movie?
Yes, yeah.
I'm excited
very
about that
excited. Yeah.
So Will is very sarcastic in the movie, and sarcasm is very British.
Yes.
Do you miss it when you're in America, and what else do you miss, maybe?
Yeah. Because I still live in England, but when I do filming and stuff in America, the sarcasm is definitely, I've like tried to kind of teach some people, and it just, you're just like, never mind, I'll just sarcasm myself. But tea.
Oh.
Like I don't want to be on brand or whatever.
Yeah, but it works.
Seriously, like I care about tea quite a lot, and it just, nothing tastes the same.
And my final question is, are you prepared to get even more recognised? Because you look very much like you in this film, so even more recognised out on the street. Are you prepared for that?
I don't know how you can really prepare for it, but yeah, it's sort of beginning to kind of happen a little bit, and well, I just hope they're nice.
Oh, thank you so much. It was lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much. You too.
Thank you.
And if you hurt me,
I don't want you to miss all of the things that someone else could give you.
inside these pages,
I can make you happy.
I won't ever let you go.
I have have become a whole new person because of you.
Do you know something, Clark? You are pretty much the only thing that makes me want to get up in the morning.
Wait for me to come home.